Hello and welcome to the Daily Brown Bag. Today we're going to be covering Panda 4.1. I'm Chad Hill and I'm joined by Adam Stetzer.
Yeah, good afternoon, Chad. Welcome to the Brown Bag. It is update season for the Google algorithm, so we're talking about Panda 4.1 today. Chad, I expect that we'll be talking about Penguin 3 probably in the not too distant future because these seem to come together, and as we've noted, they also tend to have high profile actions against link networking and manipulation sites that they don't like. We heard about that last week with targeting private blog networks in a very large way. So it seems like Google's on the move, which seems to be right on schedule. And the news today here is that they officially announced that Panda 4.1 is slowly rolling out and would continue to roll out through early this week. Now again, let's review. Panda targets sites with thin or low quality content. We have to think about it as a sort of on-site analysis, whereas Penguin, the other algorithm update that we've gotten used to hearing from, at least for the last year especially, is looking at backlinks and trying to discover manipulation on the linking side. So what we're talking about today is Panda and thin content, and what we know from Google, what they're telling us is that they have, quote, found a few more signals in their algorithm to help identify low quality content more precisely. Now, obviously, we don't know what those signals are, and everyone would like to know, but they're going to keep that, of course, top secret. But they believe that this will result in a greater diversity of high-quality, small, medium-sized sites ranking higher as they remove the things that they find overly manipulative and not particularly useful for end users, which is always their stated intent. They are saying, Chad, that this impacts 3 to 5% of queries versus the Panda 4.0 rollout in May that we covered, which is 7.5, which is a little bigger. So this is a smaller release, and that's what we know. How is this impacting small businesses?
Well, Searchmetrics, as you mentioned, did a study of at least the last couple of days looking at what sites have been impacted and which ones haven't. And so they put together their winners and their losers. And on the winner side, it seemed that their news, content, and download sites seemed to pop up, and specifically sites like Babbel.com, iVillage, hotelguides.com. They were, all hit by those three sites were all hit by Panda 4.0 back in May, and actually seem to have turned around and improved positions after the most latest update here. Some of the losers were gaming, lyrics, and medical content sites on the list there, or yellow.com, freecoloringpages.com, howstuffworks.com, exacttarget.com. As you said, Adam, I think in general that the idea behind Panda is that it should be something that's good for small businesses. Some of the sites we just mentioned are these really, really massive sites that have thousands and in some cases hundreds of thousands of pages, and they have really studied how they can get content very close to people's search queries and therefore use some of their domain authority to get these very, very thin, as you said, or low quality content pages to rank pretty well in the search engines. All the while there's these small business websites out there with a lot fewer pages on their website, perhaps and typically actually have spent more time writing that content, that are getting pushed out of the searches. So, with Panda, the idea is that it equalizes some of that, gets rid of those thin pages on those really big sites with high domain authority, lets some of the smaller websites with better content into the search results, and that's what we're seeing here. So, it's always hard to see. We see some of the big winners, big losers. It'll be interesting to see, Adam, actually what happens in the small business websites that aren't going to show up on some of these big reports that are being pushed out.
Yep, and our prescription is pretty much always the same, which is you should really be practicing real SEO. You should be focusing on creating good content on your website, not thin content, well-researched content with citations and statistics and a point of view, something that you would want to read and you would want to tweet. Sometimes call it the tweet test. Would I tweet this? If you don't feel like you would, then don't put it on your site. You need to work a little harder on it, and of course then the build it and they will come, never works. You need to be out promoting it, but you need to be promoting very carefully, and I'm sure Chad will be talking about Penguin 3.0 right on the heels of this Panda 4.1 release very shortly, which of course will call into question, how can you seek links? Can you seek links at all? And of course our answer is do real PR, be trying to get quoted in newspapers, be trying to push some of that great research that you're representing on your site and get noticed by others and earn a citation, make an interesting video, find ways to get out there through good PR activities. Well, that's our coverage for Panda 4.1. 4.1, we'd like to hear your comments. What have you been seeing? Do you see some of your sites going up? Are they going down? What do you think is working? And as always, we ask you to share this video and subscribe because we'd love to see you back here tomorrow.